Dearly beloved, this is Reverend Joseph Lowry. My 93rd birthday is October 6th. But let's remember that no gift is greater than the right to vote. Help me celebrate my birthday this year by making sure that you and your loved ones register to vote by the Monday deadline. This is Joseph E. Lowry asking you to register and vote.
I am public transit dependent. Public transportation is the only means that I have to get around from place to place.
Plus, because the wheelchair can't go so far, it don't even go so, like an hour, because the battery had to, charge up overnight. It goes by. But the bus, it goes a long way.
Since 2010, I'm without a transportation. I cannot move around because there is no bus in Clayton County, so therefore I have to take taxi, moving all around, and it cost me a lot of money.
Clayton County's gone through so much, and losing that transportation was the last straw.
We once had it, and then it went away. So you're talking about changing people's lives, quality of life.
Everyday working families here weren't able to get to their jobs once that transportation went away.
In 2010, the bus service shut down in March. We put a non-binding referendum on the November ballot, and in November, we got almost 70% of the citizens vote. Yes, we will pay the 1 penny to join MARTA. Yes, we will pay the 1 penny to provide the service that we need as citizens in this community. But the county commission did not have the will at that time to make that happen. So, of course, the next election cycle, we just changed some commissioners.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will.
Hi, I'm the bus driver.
I was a teenager in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955 when the bus boycott started. The matter of public transportation started the modern day civil rights movement.
Even though I wasn't there when the bus boycott happened, it happened in the year that I was born. It reminds me of what they must have felt like when they finally got a chance to ride on the front of the bus.
When Rosa Parks refused to stand up and give up her seat, well, then that started the fight for us to be able to sit down and ride.
The reason I chose Rosa Parks to be our spokesperson in effigy is really to remind us that we all have a right to ride the bus.
Here we are 50 years later, and there's a movement, and it's still about a bus.
Okay.
It's still about a bus.
And I can't believe that 50 years later, we're still fighting just to get a seat on the bus.
This is major, y'all.
It's still about a bus.
It's about jobs.
So labor has got involved. A lot of my members that work in the city of Atlanta and elsewhere, if they lose their personal transportation, there's no way for them to get to work. And of course, if you don't get to work on time, you lose your job.
I'm one of those that's without transportation, and I'm one of those that walk. I walk because I have to eat. I walk because I have to go to the post office to pay my bills. I have to get there.
Public transportation in Clayton County is a small price to pay to get people working. That's what we want. Working people don't break in your house. Working people are productive. They take care of their families.
It doesn't make sense to me not to have transportation because I count. Just because I am indigent does not mean that I don't count.
Yes.
We actually became involved in this transit initiative as a result of our membership, our affiliates deciding that they felt that this was a campaign they wanted to be a part of.
Everybody with me? You with me? Okay.
People usually don't think that we get involved in anything that's not directly about us, but this is about the community, and we want to build a broader labor movement. We want to speak for anybody who works, not only for those who have a union card.
Packing it up, shipping it out.
We probably should put these on the bottom. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, we probably should put the back one.
We've been here now for several months. Actually, we have canvassers who are on the streets, 17 to 20 canvassers who've been on the streets every day for the past several weeks, 6 hours a day.
Okay, this should be Dorchester and Charlotte. So what I would say do is start right here, do the houses on Charlotte.
That's my clipboard or yours?
Go all the way around and then go to Paddington Trail.
Yeah, we got a way to walk. We're gonna be walking down here. 3675. All right,
gotcha.
3765.
Y'all need anything? Let me know.
Right. Oh, stop me.
I love actually pushing for an issue, actually helping, actually doing the footwork. I love doing footwork, pretty much.
You're gonna meet people who are for or against it. The only thing that you gotta do is just keep your peace about it and keep it moving. Are you for or against public transportation in your county?
I'm against it.
What?
Do you feel comfortable being in video camp? I mean, this is for a documentary.
What you say that for, vote?
Yes, ma'am, for public transportation in the counties.
No, I don't read.
There you have it. It's still not a complete loss. I mean, as long as we get to tell someone, you know, hey, don't forget to go vote. That's happening right now, and you have a voice. Go do your civic duty. That's it.
If you can stand in line and buy them Fathom tickets, you can stand in line and vote.
Are you going to vote? Yes. Okay. Do you know that they have early voting right around the corner? It just started today.
When you at least listen to the person's issues and find a way to incorporate what you're trying to campaign for, it's very easy. Very easy to try to make them feel like they're in the fight with us.
Everybody does not own a vehicle, so. Yes,
When you have the world's business airport in your backyard and you don't have any way to get the citizens to the airport to get those jobs, that's a problem.
The reason why Clayton County where it is right now economically compared to the county up north is because we don't have public transit.
You don't have public transit, you don't have a sense of community. If you don't have public transit, you don't have good education. If you don't have public transit, you don't have a good economy.
We have the highest foreclosure rate, the highest unemployment rate. You know, if you could make the connection, it's obvious, you know.
We have to bring people together to make sure that we've got good transit options and good transportation options for our community, or we'll never have the economy that we want.
We come to this from not just an activist perspective and not just from a civil rights perspective, but we also come from an economic rights perspective.
Affordable public transit is not a privilege, but it is a sacred right and obligation.
The zip code that you were born in is the biggest indicator of what's going to happen in your life. Either you're going to go to college, either you're going to be successful or not. And you know what? In my America, that should not be the case.
And so this unique coalition of labor, business, economic development groups, environmental groups, and community and faith working together is really what it's all about.
Souls to the polls. And across this county, the churches and the ministries, the mosques and the masjids are encouraging and some even taking their citizens to go vote this morning.
So now we're going to take our anchored souls to the polls and vote. Amen. That's right.
When you vote today, please go all the way down and vote for Martin. We're counting on your vote. Thank you and have a nice day.
Labor, AFL-CIO, ATU, they played a tremendous role in getting the word out. They've handled the door-to-door campaign.
Those who are going with the canvas, let me see your hands.
We've been canvassing since September 15th. Talked to about 7,000 Clayton County voters about MARTA and bringing it to Clayton County, and 75% of folks we talked to are in favor of it.
They've knocked over 20,000 doors and have had over 7,000 conversations. And that's tremendous. I've done a ton of campaigns, and I've never been a part of a field operation like this.
Been making a lot of phone calls, trying to get folks out.
Can we count on your vote tomorrow?
We've been out there with a lot of signages, a lot of emails, a lot of mass marketing, if you will.
Smarter is smarter. Vote Clayton County. Let's stand up.
This was really a golden opportunity for us to connect with the community, to recast the image of labor with the community, that it's not only unselfish stuff that we work on.
The reason we took a risk on creating this consolidated space for labor and community to work together on this issue is because we thought it was only right that we all work hand in hand, side by side, on an issue that affects them all.
The labor unions have been a part of the Friends of Clayton Transit Coalition from day one. So will all of the members that are representing labor please stand up just for a moment. All of the members representing labor, whatever union you represent, all of the members representing labor.
You remember 2010? Yes. 2010, barely 30% of Clayton County voters showed up in the vote. We can't pick and choose which election we vote in. We can't be mad, we can't be giving up and raising our hands and saying the politicians don't work, the politics don't work, I'm not gonna participate. I want you to react the opposite way. Come on. We want to get our frustrations out at the polling place. That is the only things I understand, is turning out and voting.
One day, when the glory comes.
Praise the Lord, everybody. Let's do it a little better than that. Praise the Lord, everybody.
If we touch and agree, ain't nothing we can't do.
You all are amazing. This is huge.
You know what? I couldn't feel better today.
And I just want to say thank you.
This is not about politicians, this is not about politics, this is about our community, this is about our lives.
We will be sure.